I ate dinner alone the night my wife chose my brother over me. It was our anniversary. 12 years of marriage, 2 kids asleep upstairs, a table set for 2, and a roast I had spent 3 hours trying not to ruin. I even lit the little vanilla candle she used to love, the one she said made the house feel warm. At 8:47 p.m., her text came in. "Running late, don't wait up." No apology, no heart, no explanation. Just those 4 words glowing on my phone while the gravy turned cold. My brother Caleb had been living in our guest room for almost 6 months by then. "Just until I get back on my feet," he'd said. Caleb was 38, unemployed more often than not, always chasing some shortcut, always borrowing money with a smile that made people feel guilty for saying no. I let him stay because he was my brother. My wife, Mara, said I was too soft. Funny thing was, she started defending him later. At first, it was small. She'd laugh at his jokes too long. She'd make him breakfast before I left for work. She'd say things like, "He's not useless, Daniel. He just needs someone to believe in him." I wanted to believe she was being kind, but kindness has a texture. This felt different. It felt secretive. Caleb started wearing cologne. Mara started locking her phone. I'd walk into the kitchen and conversations would stop, like someone had cut a wire. When I asked what was going on, Mara would tilt her head and smile softly. "You're stressed," she'd say. "You're seeing things because you're tired." And I was tired. I worked maintenance at a private school. Long days, early mornings, fixing broken pipes, jammed doors, and lights that flickered above classrooms full of kids who never noticed me unless something stopped working. At home, I was starting to feel the same way, invisible until needed. One night, I came home early because a storm knocked power out at the school. I opened the front door and heard Mara laughing upstairs. Not a polite laugh, not a casual laugh, the kind of laugh she hadn't given me in years. I stood in the hallway with rain dripping from my jacket, listening to my wife and my brother behind a closed guest room door. When I knocked, the laughter died. Caleb opened the door barefoot, shirt wrinkled, face pale. Mara was sitting on the edge of the bed, holding a laundry basket like it was evidence of innocence. "We were folding clothes," she said. There wasn't a single piece of clothing folded. That was the moment something in me cracked quietly. Not loud, not dramatic, just a small, final break inside my chest. Welcome back to Quiet Betrayal Stories. If you've ever had to rebuild trust after someone made you doubt your own eyes, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more stories about betrayal, healing, and quiet justice. After that night, I stopped asking questions. I started watching. Caleb said he was applying for jobs, but his car was gone every afternoon. Mara said she was working late, but her paychecks stayed the same. Our grocery bill doubled. Cash disappeared from the drawer where we kept emergency money. Then I found the receipt. A motel off Route 9, 2 guests, paid in cash, tucked inside Caleb's jacket pocket. My hands didn't shake when I found it. That scared me more than anger would have. I took a picture, put it back, and waited. 3 days later, Mara told me she was going to help her sister with errands. Caleb said he had an interview. They left 10 minutes apart. I followed from a distance. They met at the motel. My wife got out of her car wearing the blue dress I bought her for our 10th anniversary. Caleb opened the room door like he had done it before. I sat in my truck across the street for 20 minutes, staring at that room. I didn't go in, I didn't scream, I didn't break anything. I called Mara's sister first. She answered cheerfully. "Hey, Daniel, everything okay?" "Is Mara with you?" There was a pause. "No. Why?" That was all I needed. By the time Mara came home, I was sitting at the kitchen table with the motel receipt, printed phone records, and the bank statements spread out in front of me. Caleb came in behind her. They both froze. Mara's face changed first. Not guilt, calculation. "Daniel," she said carefully, "this isn't what you think." I almost laughed, but nothing came out. "What part?" I asked. "The motel? The cash? The lies? Or my brother?" Caleb looked at the floor. Mara's eyes filled with tears too quickly. "You pushed me away," she whispered. "You were always working, always tired. I felt alone." There it was, the knife turned into a mirror. I looked at her and said, "You didn't feel alone. You felt entitled." Caleb finally spoke. "Man, I never meant for it to happen." I turned to him. "You never mean for anything to happen. That's your whole life." He flinched. Mara started crying harder, but I had already moved past the part where tears could change anything. The next week, I filed for divorce. Caleb called our mother first, trying to control the story. He told her Mara and I had been unhappy for years. He said I was unstable. Mara told her friends I had become cold and paranoid. So I did one thing. I told the truth calmly. No insults, no shouting, no revenge posts, just facts. When my mother asked me directly, I sent her the receipt and the phone records. When Mara's sister asked why she had been used as an alibi, I told her. When Caleb's old friends asked why he was suddenly sleeping in his car, I didn't protect him anymore. That was the part neither of them expected. They thought my silence was weakness. It had only been mercy. Mara moved in with Caleb for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Then the romance cracked under real life. No stolen afternoons, no secret thrill, no husband paying the mortgage while they played victims in the shadows. Bills came, rent came, shame came. Caleb couldn't keep work. Mara couldn't stand him sober. Their friends stopped inviting them places because nobody knew what to say around them. My family stopped calling Caleb for holidays. Mara's sister blocked her. Even my mother, who had defended Caleb his whole life, looked at him one Sunday and said, "You destroyed the only person who kept giving you chances." He left before dessert. As for me, I kept the house. I kept my routines. I learned how quiet peace sounds when nobody is lying in the next room. Some nights still hurt. I won't pretend betrayal disappears just because justice arrives. There are still mornings when I pour 1 cup of coffee instead of 2 and feel the ghost of a life I thought was real. But I don't miss being doubted. I don't miss swallowing questions. I don't miss loving someone who made me feel crazy for noticing the truth. Mara called me 6 months after the divorce was final. Her voice was smaller than I remembered. "I ruined everything," she said. I stood by the kitchen window, watching rain tap against the glass. "Yes," I said, "you did." She waited for comfort. I didn't give it. Because some doors don't close with anger. Some close with self-respect. And for the first time in years, I slept through the night.